This is the Nifty Alpha. I'm hosting again of this show. We have two of my favorite guests on today, and we're discussing Immutable Apes, Kaiju Kings, and Hidden in Noise, an NFT that just dropped. If you want, quick heads up, to skip over the craziness that we're going to share, there will be timestamps in the description below that you can click on to scrub forward. That doesn't happen on live, though. So how's it going, y'all?
It's going great. You guys carry for 2 minutes. I'm going to try to get my snowball mic.
Okay.
We love setting up technical things when we're already live. That's what everybody wants to see. That's what it's all about. Nick, we're both in New York City. What NFTs are we talking about right now? What's the New York City NFT market talking about?
I went outside. I went across earlier today over to Duane Reade, and what they were saying was literally nothing. They told me nothing about NFTs. Nobody was interested. So that was the situation. That said, there are people in New York who are fans of NFTs, and they like things like Immutable Apes and some of the items that we're going to discuss today. Since you're on the go, should I be sharing my screen?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. Okay.
You're gonna have to go ahead and do that. For everybody in the audience, Nick is just the host of the year. He's really impressing me with his hosting ability. So hopefully we can see more of that.
Hold up. I actually was going to say Immutable Apes and load it up on OpenSea, and that's hilarious because it doesn't work on OpenSea. So let's talk about this real quick. Are you in the Discord?
I can't say that I am. Is there a benefit to being in the Discord?
Yeah. How else do you think you're going to get on the whitelist? That's the way these things work. Did you not read about the fact that this is whitelist season? Did you miss that on our last episode?
I was going to comment on that. That's all we talk about. By the way, also change it so that
art Speculator.
Oh, he sounds buttery smooth. Listen to this guy. Wow. So Nick,
watch out.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
This sexy voice is full throttle now.
Hey, welcome back to the show. So Immutable Apes, what they're doing is they have a Discord. So I'm going to actually stop sharing this component
website. Looks like it was built on Squarespace. Off to a great start.
And so what we're going to discuss here, I'm going to share their Discord real quick. And what I'm interested in here is this Discord itself. So you can see here, the way that this is set up is you elevate across the Discord from one place to the next. You start in a waiting room where you need to talk a bunch. Then what happens is you get thrown into the cage. So then you're in the cage and you need to talk for a while, and you need to keep posting, and you need to post in all caps locks. Then what happens is after you've done that enough and you've leveled up, what will happen next is you get elevated to the zoo. I don't know how the hell to get out of the zoo because I didn't have the time. It took me 40 minutes to get into the zoo, and by that time I had enough about it. And so I was like, look, I
personally absolutely hate this setup for me personally because like I have other shit to do. Like I have a fucking kid. I can't be playing Discord games to get on a fucking whitelist. But I do respect that this kind of growth hacking definitely works because you get people so obsessed about your project.
You're just like a hidden character now, laughing into a mic. Is that what's going on?
He's audio only.
I mean, dude, I don't know why I'm audio only. I think it's because my friend called me. Can you guys see me?
No, we can't see you, Pia.
I'm gonna leave and rejoin.
Is it is Immutable X that one with the bird head project?
Immutable X, yes, it's the one with the birds that I had bought at 0.89,
right at the
top. Right at the top again. Nailed it.
Brain or...
Oh yeah, that's exactly the sandpaper head. That's what we were going with. Yeah. So what's the name of those are I can load those up as well. So Immutable in general, I think is kind of interesting. We'll have to see. So I can share actually, so you can see people see
like the platform, so they seem to be wanting to make it succeed.
Yeah. So right now, I bought it 0.85, and that was a great price because what's really interesting about it is since then it's gone down to 0.64. I have had so many losses recently. I honestly,
it hasn't lost as much as a lot of projects in this current pullback bear, whatever you want to call it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's actually holding up.
Moody Crows.
So Moody Crows, PO, you aped in, right?
No, I just, how much, what's the
You
floor right
still
now?
haven't? This guy is a scam artist. Like, he comes on the shows like, oh my God, these are beautiful. Have you seen art that looks like this with the brain spilling out of the head so effectively? And then now you're basically saying, yeah, well, I didn't buy in and now it's down. So are
What's
you
the
staying
floor?
away from this? Here's some of your sandpaper brain that you were interested in.
You didn't
Yeah,
answer
so
what the
Love
floor
the
was.
color scheme of this specific one. Just a nice reddish hue going.
they got the
I'm a fan.
Redskins jersey here.
They're no longer called that, please.
Sorry, the Washington Football League.
Team.
Thank you. Thank you. How's my voice, by the way? Does it sound good?
You know,
Oh,
that
is it
you
too
could
close?
view this as offensive if you were view this as skinning heads, scalping people.
Oh,
That is
cancel
hey,
Moody
wanna take
Crows.
You could misfits them real quick right now.
Yeah, this could get into some deep trouble. But these ones,
Micah
people are
G,
saying,
you like my mic? Sorry. Anyways, theapesarecoming.com. Tell me more.
So yeah, I mean, as you can see, this is a video of an ape. We still have no idea what these look like.
Yep, looks like it was built on Squarespace. I've seen this theme.
What I'm thinking though is like, why aren't we doing that? You know?
What, putting a picture of an ape on a website and then
Yeah,
just
and
saying
then
we're doing
just
something?
announcing the fact that we're doing something. We can really
Because if
grow
you
the
have like
Discord.
a shred of integrity, then you have to actually go do something.
Yeah, but like when? You know, like does it need to be? Does it have to happen in a week? Does
Yeah,
it
you're
need to
right. They
happen
are
in 2
very
weeks?
vague. Like they're coming. Like 2022. Like this week, this month. You don't know, but next thing you know, you're in a Discord in the cage, screaming like a barbarian, so that you can get into the zoo, which no one knows how to get out of, so that you can make it to this magical fairy whitelist where you're literally guaranteed profits.
Yeah, so that's what it seems like, and this ape seems to be straight chilling. So
Yeah, this
that's
is
what.
definitely stock footage. I can almost guarantee that you'd be able to find that on
Oh yeah,
stockapes.com.
definitely. I'm
No
wondering
way
what
they
the apes
paid
are
for
gonna.
a video.
We have no idea how the apes are gonna look. I mean, there is an icon of one of the ape characters, which
I'm a
is
really big fan that they actually give you the option of playing their theme music in the top left-hand corner, the Apes Strong theme, 0 to 46 seconds. You think you could play that for us?
Can you hear that?
No.
No, you
Okay,
probably
well, I'm
didn't click
hearing it.
share audio. You didn't click
how is
share
it?
audio.
How do you do that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just rate it for us. Rate it for us on a
Well, it
scale
sounds
of
like
10.
this. It's dun dun dun
So it's like knockoff Star Wars?
dun dun dun.
That sounds
dun,
literally like
dun,
a Star
dun,
Wars thing.
Dun 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 dun. So that's what it is. That's legitimately.
Oh wait, no, that's the beginning of Space Travelers, whatever that movie is.
Yeah. So it's whatever the case is.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's the intro song.
Is that okay? Yeah, that may be it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Bam. Nailed it.
Yeah, so they've ripped everything so far. So they're off to a great start. Squarespace website, stock video of an ape, in a stolen intro song from a historic sci-fi movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like that. So yeah, so I just thought it was interesting about the Discord aspect of things, which was like, you get in there, you got to engage, you got to prove your loyalty to the system. But it kind of reminds me of the type of loyalty that, I think of sort of Pixel Vault kind of is one that comes to mind in terms of the loyalty that they're looking for when they give you rewards. You can go dump your NFTs on the market, and that's perfectly fine because they consider that to be a loyal group of people. I mean, I don't want to get after them, but I'm just saying that's like kind of what ends up happening in that situation.
Well, in my opinion, they're literally forcing you to spend time to get on the whitelist to make money. That sounds like a job to me. I got into NFTs to not have a job, and trust me, if I had to go get a job, the last thing it would be is hanging out in fucking Discord rooms, like spamming like I'm a goddamn creature NFT to try to get a whitelist. I'll pick a different job.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, do you have any thoughts on this one, Pio?
Well, look, I think that it's probably another whitelist play, and we've been talking again and again about these whitelist plays and about how this is almost like the new minting. The thing that bothers me is what Nick is making jokes about, which is like this whole having to literally jump through hoops and embarrass yourself to get onto these whitelists. It's one thing if you're like early to the Discord. I think that's how it should be, because that almost like simulates minting, where it's like, look, I was early to the Discord. I was here first. I was quote unquote early, which we talk about so much in crypto and NFTs. I think that that's how it should be. I don't know about this whole like rewarding the people that are down to essentially like whore themselves out the most. So those are my thoughts. If the
it's
apes,
turning into like a fraternity, like Hell Week. You have to go through like a
Hazing.
Hell Week. Yeah, you have to be a pledge to get on the whitelist. What's like next? And be like send us your most embarrassing drunk photo. Like, they're just like accumulating like blackmailing everyone. What's your fill out this form? Like, number one, like what's your biggest regret? Like what's your mother's maiden name? What's the name of your favorite childhood book? And then they just steal your whole fucking identity. Like, what's next?
I think that's all viable. With the Mutable X stuff, if Immutable X is legit, so I have a question for you guys. What do you think is more likely to become a big deal, Immutable X or Solana?
Solana, I'd vote Solana 10-1 odds there.
Really?
Yeah, Solana over Immutable X.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, just what does Immutable X do? I know nothing about it.
It's
Well,
layer
just
two.
layer 2 Ethereum.
It's competing with
isn't there
Matic.
like 15 of them, right? Like Solana. Oh, but it's a layer 2. Okay, yeah.
Well, you know what I mean, though. It's on the blockchain that everyone loves. Everyone's obsessed with Ethereum.
And it's layer 2, like hooked to Ethereum, like Matic. I do prefer those over like a complete side chain. But
Solana's being built by 12 guys. 12 humans are building Solana.
Yeah, it's probably the 12 smartest fucking people in the world. And you got a bunch of fucking buffoons over at Immutable X. They have 2 NFTs, 6 months in, and $50 million in VC funding. They got 2 NFTs on their marketplace.
So,
just kidding. If you like Immutable X, I have no opinion. I'm just trolling right now.
Yeah, I was trolling a little bit there as well. What I was gonna say though, and someone asked about it. They said Kaiju Kings coming. That's coming next. Get ready. We about to discuss that. Actually, we're over on where we're at right now. So let's maybe we can wrap up on this Immutable Apes and
let's move over to Kaiju Kings, and I do have a great story timeline of how that project's progressed so far.
I'm interested in hearing that.
Yeah, so I first heard about Kaiju Kings or Kongs or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I was depressed in a private Discord, wallowing around about missing all of these whitelist and pixel projects, and someone put Kaiju Kings Kongs on my radar. I looked at the website. I'm like, this is gonna slap. This is gonna be a banger. Once again, another like whitelist. So it's 3.3K total mint, so low mint count. They already gave 2K away to the Illuminati of the NFT market, the inside circle. So they've all accumulated a very nice position. So there's 1K for the rest of us plebeians. And we will all be duking it out. Mostly people with scripts and bots will win. And the 95% of the rest of us will be clawing each other like Black Friday at Walmart at the entrance, those videos that we've seen.
One thing to note here, what's interesting about these is these are not Kongs, these are Kings. And so you have Genesis Kings, or Kaijus, and then you also have baby Kaijus.
Yeah, and you breed them to make babies, so that's where more of the supply will come from. Will be the babies. But everyone, you want a Genesis. But anyways, what I really liked, I thought I had a chance at first because they were just like, we're gonna stealth launch it sometime tonight.
Okay.
That was Saturday. And then I think Saturday. It was sometime between Thursday and Saturday last week. Then it got changed to we're launching like Monday at 11 a.m. So it went from like a stealth launch, we're going to launch at night where I thought I had a chance, to like we're selling Monday at 11 a.m. and now everyone knows about it. So now like the word's out, 1,000 minutes. It's going to be absolutely chaos. It's probably going to be 2K, 3K Gwei, maybe even higher in a stupid way. Right now, the contract is locked, so you can't trade it. That's why there's no volume on the OpenSea collection page.
These prices looking like they're gonna go the way of what's the one that
Ether Orcs, Anonymice. It's gonna
no
go.
what's the one that's about to reveal right now?
Mechas. Yeah, it's gonna
Mecha.
go. It's gonna pump. It's gonna pump.
So
It's gonna pump.
this is an interesting floor ramp here, right? Like it goes.
Well, yeah, it's all. None of it is actual because you can't actually like sell it. So it's all just like theoretical. But yeah, I mean,
What do you mean? I could go in here and buy it.
No, you can't. Try it.
What do you mean?
Smarty pants. Do it.
That's why I don't want to spend 1.15 ETH.
Do it. I'll reimburse you.
I can literally go on here. What, you want me to go through with this?
Do it.
It's a lot of fucking ETH, dude. Why don't you go do it?
Do it.
He's gonna reimburse you.
Oh, there you go. It says rejected.
Told you.
Okay, Nick was right.
So it's probably going to go to like 3 ETH, 4 ETH, but they look cool. I like the project. Hopefully,
Wait, so how is this blocked? They turned it off on the contract?
Yeah,
is that
they've
possible?
like the contract is paused. Yeah, apparently. So not bad coding over there. Hopefully they know how to turn it back on.
I'm gonna copy that contract code. That's a really exciting one.
So then, anyways, it was Monday at 11 a.m. Of course, today is Tuesday, and then they pushed it to it's to be determined. So they've gone from their progression of launch was we're going to launch it sometime tonight in like 12 hours to we're going to postpone it 4 days to now we're going to postpone it and we no longer have an estimated date. So in terms of progression in a launch date, that's literally going in the reverse direction. So little unsure, what when this is going to come out, but definitely a hot item, a lot of eyeballs on it. It's going to be tough to get one. So yeah, very similar to mechas.
So speaking of mechas, that reveal has not yet happened yet, right?
Yeah, correct. They said they're in talks with OpenSea to launch it. Haven't heard that one since Stoner Cats when Ashton Kutcher said that they were in talks with Ethereum to refund lost gas.
I mean, they had to get Ethereum customer service on the hook. Like, come on now. Like, you can't do that with the gas. Ashton Kutcher is going to literally get your call center on the phone, Ethereum. Wake up. Am I just a black box right now? No picture?
No,
I can see you. You're looking great.
Now you're back.
Your beard is looking like very chiseled. I like this angle. It's well kept. It's a well-kept beard.
Also, the other one, before we go on to the final project here, and we got Ape Gang in the crowd. What's up?
What up, Ape Gang? Thanks for the support on Twitter. Yeah, what up?
So the other item that we have is, before we skip over or go to the last one, is apparently 10K TF Stockroom is back on the map. 10K TF back on the map. We have a lot of great stuff going on here. The floor on these is kind of holding steady, I would say, on these backpacks. People keep dumping at the 0.18 price, 0.188.
Yeah, and because it's sort of like a weird concept to me because it's like it's not your NFT on the backpack, right? Logically. So like you're buying someone else's NFT on a backpack, which like I guess is cool. I think most people that are purchasing the 10K TF like stock products are assuming that they'll get some sort of, benefits from doing that, like airdrops or, things like that. Because I've had people recommend to me, like, to get in the project to buy some of like the stock items, like the shoes or the backpack. I ignored their advice and I went all in on 10K TF Stockroom on live stream with you great guys.
Wait, whose advice?
I can't name my sources, but it's on good advice. He may or may not have told someone to shove a boot up their ass, but I won't say their name live because they're my confidential source.
So between that confidential source and all three of our other confidential sources whose name rhymes with Guapi, I actually am really pumped about this. It seems like it's and this is giving me the same vibes as when Gary V kept tweeting about curio cards like over and over and over again.
Yeah, have you seen the floor on that recently, by the way?
Okay, well, guess what? It was as high as like 2.2 ETH. And I know you hate the project because you lost money on it. You're the only guy that lost money on curio cards. But anyway, Gary V was just tweeting about it.
Definitely
and
not the only one. I'll guarantee you that much with the floor at this
Hey,
price.
Deco Angelo,
Well,
how the fuck did you get into Kaiju? DM me on Discord.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Nick. But anyway, you know, in all seriousness, you know, he was beating the drum of curio cards over and over again, and the market was basically saying, we don't care, we don't want them. And they hung out between literally like 0.1 and 0.15 forever. You could get like rare ones for very, very low prices, and then all of a sudden they exploded. Basically, the drum that's being beaten right now by Whoppy and his confidants all over the internet. I'm beating the drum right now to our thousands and thousands and millions of viewers that watch us every day, that apparently it's all but a foregone conclusion that Beeple is directly involved with the 10K TF.
It's not
Directly.
speculation at this
Directly.
point. It's not like we keep talking in these like you know,
Yeah, he's
mystical.
involved.
It's
He's involved.
It's called
mysterious.
marketing. It's called
Yeah.
marketing. We're
Yeah.
marketing it right now because we have about collectively 10 ETH
Okay.
on this live stream right now on this project. It's called marketing.
Okay.
They
This
let the
is our
guy
biggest
pitch
share.
the people pitch.
This is without question the biggest shared position that we have as a squad. Between us three, Micah, if you want to throw Nick's private confidant that shoves Buddha up people's asses
Well, you
in the
just doxed him.
squad. Well, there you go. But anyway, this squad, this is our biggest collective position for sure, and I feel fine about it. Even if I didn't know about Beeple, if it was just like we don't know anything about this, I would still feel fine about it because something's going on. Something really well made is being put out there mysteriously with this fun breadcrumb trail style story. So I'm ready for it.
So let's move on to hidden and noise while we still have time left on this project. But yeah, the last thing I was going to say on the 10K TF actually, which is worth bringing up, is it reminds me of also sort of Murat Pak style
Oh yeah.
work. In Murat Pak, those pages have been dropping in price precipitously over the past week. And so that's just another one to, you know, toss out there is what's going on with that price there, Pia?
It's a bear market right now, like temporarily. And the thing is me and Nick he talked about it on the spaces this morning. We experienced this heinous bear market of Nifty Gateway. This really is nothing. This is a temporary downswing. The other thing is that when there is a real heinous bear market,
is Nifty Gateway temporary? Like, has it fully recovered at this point?
Well, right now it's going down again because of this bear market that everyone's
It
experiencing.
was a great history book. Basically, the fucking hot garbage never pumped again, but the good stuff came back. So
exactly,
very foretelling of what would happen on OpenSea.
Exactly. It's the same thing. Okay. So here's my message to everybody that's newer than February and March to the NFT space. If you came in after Bored Apes or you came in after June, the good stuff is going to come back. The random bullshit that you like, but other people don't like, is not going to do anything. So the really good stuff, you're going to be able to get it for numbers that we used to think it was crazy. We used to think that they were impossibly low numbers.
I'm ready.
But
I got a lot of gas. I'm ready to rumble.
Dude, you could buy X copy during the bottom of the Nifty Gateway correction. Less, like $900,000. It was nuts. And now it's like
$900.
$900,000.
Oh, he just forgot
nice,
a dash.
Okay, a nice cheap.
Nice
cheap.
900,000. Yeah.
No, not
$900,000.
But you know what I mean? And in those moments, while you're actually in that bear, it feels like there's never going to be a blue sky again. It feels like you just feel like an idiot.
It feels like, I would imagine, like if you were cleaning out like a handgun and you shot yourself in the leg. That's what it feels like. Like you accidentally shot yourself in the leg and you're like a mixture of like in pain, embarrassed because now you have to go to the hospital and be like, I shot myself on accident. And you have a possibility of death. That's what it felt like.
that's what the situation we may end up in with NFTs. Speaking of death, if you play these new songs,
I listened to one of them and I almost lost my ears.
Yeah, you almost blasted out your ears. You got to turn down the audio real low on these. So yeah, hidden in noise. This is an interesting one. It's harkens back to the Def Beef sort of collection. They're flying off the shelves. You can't buy even the cheap ones. I think have already sold. There was a
How many came out during the whitelist or the
you
pre-sale?
can't
or
even
whatever they
buy
call it?
them. None basically. You just or sorry, all of them pretty much. You can't buy the salad. This one you could buy. This one, fortunately, you all can't hear the audio on this. But
Wait, so
it
you're
looks,
saying it already all minted? I thought you said it would.
I
There's gonna mint
think there's going to be like a couple left.
a couple left.
So
What
yeah.
does that even fucking mean?
Sorry, 10% or like 15%. I think it's like 50% remaining, something like that.
I hate this fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, it's
Like, don't
annoying.
do a fucking pre-sale whitelist and leave like 15% left on the table, like you're some fucking like kings and everyone else is peasants. Just take the whole 100%. You know what I mean? If you're gonna take 85% of the project for whitelist, just show your true fucking colors and make it 100% whitelist. You know what I mean?
I think it should go all whitelist to a core community at this point. What's messed up though at this point is that we're not actually getting core community members. What we're getting is speculators,
snipers,
like these
Pumpers.
awful speculator crowd. You know,
Never done it. Never
they're
speculated once in my
just
life.
awful. And
Okay, what's the total mint count on these? Is it probably 2,000? I'd guess.
I don't know offhand.
No way they did 10,000 of this.
We can go to if you check out hidden in noise. You can see this person 1,024 of these total.
Total. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that ratio.
I mean, this is by an artist who crafted this thing. So like this is I forget what the numbers are. I'm gonna have to look it up, but the bottom line is 90% of it all went to that whitelist. So that's the situation that we got here.
Yeah, and then the other 200 will just be botted out by botters that like just know how to perfectly price, time it, everything.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. Just being an average IQ person at this stage in time. Like I'm like I have too much other shit going on to play hopscotch in Discords, and I'm not smart enough to like bot things. So I'm just fucking in no man's land, just like I'm literally I'm my own roving gang, just like killing other peasants who have nothing either. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like barely surviving off the land right now.
Well, we do need to get some kills here in order to keep eating.
I personally love the project. I was a huge fan of Dead Beef. Funny story about me: I bought 2 Death Beefs at 2.5 Ethereum, and then paper handed them, and they went to 100 Ethereum. And I had my thesis all light, and I was like, this is going to make sense. The whales are going to love it. It's the first audio visual on-chain project. But I actually really like this because it's I'm assuming it's similar to Death Beef. It's all on chain. It seems like they use like a pretty cool algorithm because there's like a variety of noises and there's a variety of like visual effects. So I think it's very polished, very well done. I like the mint count of 1,000. Some of these generative projects try to get too greedy. They try to go for 2,000, 3,000, God forbid, 8, 9, or 10,000. It just doesn't work for art. It's too like it on the art side of things. Supply is a huge constraint. They need tighter supply. So I think that they did a great job on the supply end. I'd probably, if I didn't feel nervous about a little bit of a bear or a pullback in the NFT market, I'd probably be a lot more likely to buy at these prices, but I may let it settle down a little bit and then like scoop up one that I really like. Because overall, I think this was a well-done project. It's the type of project that whales and that like big money and like smart people they like those like abstract performance art projects. So
I'm wondering how Pio's job is going right now. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is like, are you getting in the midst of getting fired? Is it still going well? Like, what's taking place? I'm just wondering.
So I thought I
had to get his TPS report out. It's a hard stop.
I had a review today kind of, and I was like just ready to get like the worst feed. I'm not doing anything, so it's like, it's just the worst feedback
on
ever.
video. That's a good thing to say.
No, well, disclaimer, these are personalities. These are not our real selves. He's acting out a persona right now. If you employ Pio, know that statement's not true.
Pio, right, isn't doing anything. He's not doing anything, right? And then my boss was basically like, keep it up. Keep it up.
I think you're
You know?
crushing it. Here's the thing: we got supply shortages and labor shortages all around America. And nobody's working. Okay, so if you're at least putting in like an hour a day, I mean, look, like literally, like I think probably 15 to 20% of the entire tech industry is day trading NFTs right now in cryptocurrency. No one's fucking working. I'm surprised we haven't had a major economic collapse. So if you're at least putting in a solid 1.5 hours a day on your tech related job, you're performing above average and you should ask for a raise this December.
I appreciate that. I'm going to definitely ask for that raise. But the bottom line is the Nifty Alpha needs me more. So I'm engaged, Nick. I think you were trying to call me out for sending a work email, and I'm not going to stand for it.
See, Micah gets it. Micah was nervous too, just like UPO, and he got a good performance review, and he had no idea how it happened. He said, my fellow employees must be even worse. That's the thing. Once again, it's all relative. You don't need to work hard. You need just to work a little bit harder than the mean. And right now, the mean is low. So just put in that solid 1 to 1.5 hours a day at your tech-related job, and you're going to do just fine. That's certifiable. I'm pretty sure some pretty reputable people have come out and said that the average work hour per day is at a true 1. So getting in that 1.5, be an overachiever.
I'm not going to comment on this actually, but in terms of, because I am just absolutely working my face off at work right now.
There you go. That's good. This guy's going to get upper management written all over him.
Hours and hours a day. Well, I'm making a major contribution to the organization, so that's all that matters. Frankly, I'm going to help them raise millions of dollars. So,
superlative.
Frankly, I think our viewers want to hear about. Yeah, this is Nick's favorite project that he won't buy.
No, someone commented on it. I won't
Very
buy
controversial acronym, SSS, not famous from World War II, but we'll ignore that one.
So.
I think I broke him.
Is Nick broken again? I'm supposed to be the only one that's broken right now. I love it. He always gets stuck in the funniest freeze frames.
Oh, it's great. Let's just riff it from here. So floor PO, it's looking like 0.18. I was getting shilled this project 0.25 to 0.3. Glad I sat out and waited a little bit. But I personally like it. I like it for the same reason that I like Crypto Hobos, which really didn't work out for me either. It's like it's weird enough. What do you think?
Well, Crypto Hobos, I think, Crypto Hobos would have worked for you if you had sold at that gnarly 0.3 top.
I did. I trimmed heavily there. So I'm walking away with profit.
Nice. Very good. Yeah, I mean, with this one, it got some hype. It's just bad timing when all of a sudden things go bare. I mean, but think about it, man. Did you ever think that bonsais were going to come back the way that they did? You and Danny must, I mean, dude, the fact that you made the sales that you made with the bonsais is insane.
I know, dude. Longest hold ever. 5 months later. That's the thing. A lot of these things like come back. They eventually
the true
come
bullshit
back.
doesn't.
Not all of them.
The true bullshit
the true like absolute crap doesn't. But like where like people are trying and like the devs are like still like, you know, shipping value, like those things will make a comeback. It looks like, by the way, Hidden Noise is up to a 1.88 floor. I had a cool one that sounded
actually
like waves at a beach. I wish I had gotten that one.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. But secondary FOMO never
Brad,
works
I thought
for me,
so. You're just
I'm
ignoring me.
it.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that was
we're
going on
riffing
there. No, I really appreciate that. Thanks.
The best thing is on the Twitter.
You were gone for a while though.
On Twitter Spaces, when like a new speaker that we don't know just is like ignoring Nick. That's like one of the funniest things.
I love that. That's one of my favorites as well, when they don't even recognize me or see me. It makes me feel great inside. And that's what I really love. You know, I experienced that as a child growing up when I went to school. And it was always awesome when people ignored me and made fun of me as a child. I had a lot of fun.
Dude, too much of the hidden in noise, literally 50 to 60% of the hidden in noise sounds like literally make my ears bleed. So I don't think I can pay 2 ETH for it.
Not going to make it.
Probably going to go to 10.
Not going to make it. So yeah, as I think Mr. Mikey identified the main issue here, which is that we hit, I reset actually my internet just so that I could buy this real quick. I've swept the floor. The floor on this is now 2 ETH. I put all my remaining money into this.
Yeah, right.
So
Micah hit the nail on the head.
Buy it, Pio. Hurry up.
Micah, I already did. Micah is he hit the nail on the head, and he said it's too hard to tell which ones are rare. I think that's so hitting the nail on the head.
I agree with that. My counter argument would be that you can say the same thing about Def Beast's work, and you can say the same thing about a lot of art blocks curated, both which do well.
Real quick, I just want to share this, which is if you're not currently subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on if you're on YouTube. I'm hoping you're on YouTube. And we're going to be making these videos pretty much every day. It's unhealthy, our commitment to these videos and these shows, because it's not making us any money. And instead, you're watching us live on air lose money. The other thing that I suggest is check out the Discord, the nifty.com/Discord. We'll put it in the chat again. You're going to want to check that out and join the Discord, because there's a lot of degenerate conversation happening there. And the way that I actually found out about this overpriced hidden in noise project was via the Discord. So if you have a couple ETH to burn and you want to ape into something that's absolutely expensive, it's a great opportunity. I actually think that we've discussed all three of these individual projects at this point. Maybe I can play a little bit of this outro music while P.O. sends a work email.
Yeah, I'm going to let you guys do the outro so I can get all dolled up for my big date with Nick.
This has been the Nifty Alpha.
You know what? You know what I've decided to? I don't give a fuck if I miss opportunities anymore. If I hate something, I'm just not going to do it.
Remember, breathe in that good,
should have held that
vibes.
If it made sense. Hidden noise, not so sure about, but people are desperate for fucking something to go up. So it'll probably go up and then it'll go down because everyone doesn't believe in
Melter Mike's watching
anymore.
The floor's over 2
They're
ETH.
just gonna flip it. They're gonna flip it all the way up to 3.5, 4, and then pump it all the way down to 1. And then I'll see you on the other side. Just kidding. Really like the project. At least they're doing something innovative, something cool. Hate the whitelist strategy. I think it's elitist. I'm actually going to get some of the people that I know in media to talk about its socioeconomic disparity and how it reinforces the 1%. So you better watch out if you think you're going to keep whitelisting.
This is the 1% of the 1%. Even the man's holding us down, so I'm not appreciative.
Better watch out if you're whitelisting without my name on it.
Well, Pio's video is gone again, and so I think on that note, we will call this one quits. This has been a phenomenal and efficient episode. Of sufficient and efficient.
I didn't say one negative thing, so I'm happy about that. I stayed completely zen and positive.
Pio was there and then left again. I mean, it's unstable what we got going on.
I did get some nice sales today. I sold some of my me bits for a nice 2xer. So locked in those gains. Got them out the door.
You were feeling uncomfortable with the me bit floor?
A little bit.
a little bit.
Yeah, it's not looking too hot in Meebit land. I mean, once again, you know this better than most. There's not much coming out of Larva Labs on the news front. So, really nothing to pump Meebits other than just a bull market where everyone's just herp-derping.
It's interesting because I saw the whole team the other day in a 7-star hotel. Which was really interesting. They were just on vacation.
7 stars. It's getting high these days. Huh?
Yeah, well, you can go to a 7-star hotel when you've raised $150 million in sales, and there's only 2 of you that are running the organization.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And you're selling literally, JPEGs, which is like a 99.99% margin industry.
The software industry has to be scratching their heads right now.
The software industry sucks. The software industry is the new e-commerce industry, which used to be the blue-collar industry of the internet. I was in e-com. I know. It's blue-collar. If you were in e-com, it's fucking blue-collar work. It's hard work. Now that's software. Now all you software developers, that's blue-collar now. Now true white-collar is NFTs and Web3 crypto. So, get those 99.99% margins while you can. I'm going to be selling today. I'm trimming the bags. I'm getting liquid. I think Mechaverse is an interesting thing to look at because I think if the floor crashes on that puppy, I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping it stays flat or goes up. But if it crashes, there's going to be some real psychological damage to the NFT market. There's going to be a lot of people shitting their little pants, running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Oh my God, I'm down fucking 3 ETH. The market's dead. And that's just going to send everybody into a fucking selling spree. I'm more neutral. You know, I got a lot of liquid here. I got a decent bag in the NFTs. Most of it, unfortunately, is in hot garbage. So if we go into a bear, just gonna have to start writing those down, tax loss harvesting style. But you know, we could just be on a little kind of consolidation, a little like a nappy time. You know, a little nap. But we'll see. What do you think, Nick?
I think on the macro side, you know, I saw things ticking up today a little bit,
Little
but you
bounce
know,
back,
just a little, just a tiny bit. So
little
it's
teeny bounce back.
yeah, it's not clear that that's actually going to last, but that's where we're at the moment. Anyways, this is the second outro. This was
You got any closing thoughts?
this was the Nifty Alpha. So if you're interested, check out the Discord, thenifty.com/Discord. Once again, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching this and listening and joining and participating in the comments. I had to host it this time because Pio just bounced like out of nowhere and showed up 30 minutes late. So if he keeps behaving like that, he's fired. Okay.
Yeah. He's definitely
So,
fired. I'll call his boss. He'll be fired from 2 jobs. It's a 2
There
for
we
1.
go.
Yeah,
Ooh,
which
I like
I'll be
this.
looking for deals like that in this NFT bear market. 2 for 1 lattes, chicken sandwiches, coupons, whatever I can get.
There we go. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining.